So, Sriram, we we will uh, uh, we will start today's session with the HTML part of this to-do list. Okay, Jesslyn, as message, she'll not be joining this session, and she'll pick it up from the recording. Okay. Okay. So, in yesterday's session, let me uh, tell you the page itself is having few HTMLs, okay, and we have the to-do list, which will first start with the landing page, which is this index.html. However, in uh, Flask, you have a base HTML which consists of all the default HTML tags, which are the HTML, the head, and the body tags. These three tags is put inside a base.html with the block and end block notation. Okay, I have a head end block, the body end block. Okay, so this is a default base.html, and that's created one time out there. And in all other HTMLs, we will repeat the block end block notation, and in the first line of the other HTMLs, we'll inherit from base.html. Okay, so you'll see the first line of HTML code is not HTML tags or head and body tags. Instead, it just reads in the index.html flower brackets percent extends within quote base.html percent flower bracket. So this is indicating that I will inherit from base.html. Okay, this is called template inheritance. Okay, now template inheritance allows me to write the HTML without the default tags of HTML head and body tags. Okay, now then you start off with block head end block notation for the header, block body end block notation for the HTML, the body of the page. So the body of the page, let me just show you. When you run it, it will just show the entire landing page. Okay, the entire landing page. So that's when you run it, which you saw yesterday. However, we have to write that HTML. Okay, we have to say here is title tag indicating what's appearing on the page title. Task master. This is going to be on the browser. Let me run this. Okay. So I'm pointing to app.py, keeping it as app.py highlighted. I'm running this particular to-do list. Okay. So there it goes. Okay. Open in Chrome. There it is. Okay. So this is our default to-do list. So the moment this is the landing page, okay, the moment this is written, this HTML has to be, this is your landing page, and this HTML has to be coming from this index.html. Okay, so in app.py, in this, we are writing the view code upon landing, that is at app.route the / upon landing. This is the view. Okay, Upon landing, def index, and in def index, we have coded for the post and get. The get will fire, okay? It will not do the post first, it will just do the get. And in the get, we have got todo.query.order by date created dot all. Okay, this is all the tasks, and from all the tasks, this is passed as the context. Okay, this passed as a context here. So in the get, we are doing a return of render template index.html. So this index.html is going to receive the context, and the page and the context together will be rendered. Okay, so this is a get operation. What happens in the get? It just renders the HTML along with the context. Now context has this purple task equal to, right? So that's the context, but the context is set to what tasks. I'm just getting the query of my to-do object, to-do table, ordering it in a sequence of ascending sequence of date. Okay, all the records, dot all means all the records. So that means all the tasks, this is the white tasks here, is passed as the, so the purple task is equal to the white task means here context is equal to all the rows. Now this purple task being the context will be inside the index.html. So when you go to the index.html, you will see one tasks like that. You see this here. So let me get to it. So you will see that context is sitting here inside. Okay. Now, so when the context is sitting here, what have we coded here? Okay. So in the body of the HTML, that is in the body of that page, body of the landing page, that's percent block body, and the percent block body end block is here. Okay, so that's going to be the page. HTML has a div tag. Okay, we have seen h1 tag, but div class equal to content, which means that you're creating a division in the page. So that's just as HTML syntax to create a section of the page. Whenever you take a simple white page, you are having, let's say you're writing a subtopic. So you are creating a certain section of the page. So that's called a div, a division. Okay, here a div tag indicates that div tags have a syntax like this, angle bracket div, class equal to some name. So here class equal to content. Okay, so that means I'm going to create a new segment of a part of the page. Okay, anytime when you create a part of that page, you will use this div tag. So you normally use a div tag. Let's say you take a A4 sheet, a plain sheet of paper. I want to mark out two sections in that page. So you will make a small box, right? And then a box below. Okay. So that is what we are doing when you say div class equal to content. So here, if this is your landing page, so to say the task master section is one section, okay, and the field with the add task is another section. So you can think of it like divisions, a div tag. Okay, so simply put, a page can have multiple div tags. So here we are starting a div class equal to content. Each of those sections could have one name of the class. Okay, in this case, class equal to content means I'm just giving a name of that section. Now, what is there in the section on the first part? So let's see, you have a div tag here. Yeah, there is one div tag at the outermost. The outermost div tag ends here, /div. In HTML, we have seen that a table/table. So a form/form. So like that, a section is also like div/div. Okay, this is a closing tag for the div. And inside the outermost div, there is also one more div tag, class equal to form and slash end tag of the div. So you see that there are a nesting of the divs, the nesting of the sections. Why? Because this is one section and inside they have this form section. Okay, so they have nested it. Okay, just an observation there. So div class equal to content, the first thing they've written is h1 task master. So yesterday we looked at our simple static page which we rendered was having student app. So here we are doing task master. What does it do? It's a h1 style is equal to text hyphen align colon center. You don't have to memorize anything, just you can reuse this sort of a code. Okay, this just tells that style equal to text align is our CSS code. It's the style code, meaning the text will align in the center. So see here, this task master is aligned in the center of the page, the entire width of the page, and this task master is aligned at the center, and it's h1 tag. Okay, all right, and then we continue. If, okay, inside, this is template definition language, meaning anytime you see angle, flower brackets, percent flower bracket, contents inside it is following the template definition language. Okay, that's the language. So here we are seeing if tasks. If tasks means I'm evaluating what? I'm evaluating the context. I'm evaluating the context that if there is a value, if there are records in this context. Okay, so earlier we have seen a fragment of code, countries and city. Okay, countries is an outer context, and then inside for city in country list, something like that. Okay, so the outermost, the object here we are evaluating is directly the context. This means that if there is a records in this context, and the pipe here means, sorry, this is a pipe symbol. This is like if task is going to be sent into another criteria and their length is less than 0. That means the length is less than 1. Okay. So if task, and when there are records and it's passing to their length less than 1, okay, that means less than 1 is 0. Okay, 0 or less. Okay, so that means if there are no tasks at all, so this is evaluating to that. If there are task records and their length is less than 1, you specify there are no tasks. Okay, so default when there are no tasks, so here there happens to be now 3 tasks. Okay, there happens to be 3 tasks, and if there are no tasks, some default message should come. Okay, so that's what this code is doing. So if there are no tasks, you are sending a message h4 styles equal to again styles is text align center, so it's just showing as 3 dots. Okay, same as this text align center. Then at the center it will show there are no tasks. Create one below. Create one below. So there is an if there are no tasks, we are showing a default message. Now currently there are 3 tasks. So then what will happen? It will take the else part. Okay, this else is a template definition language if else condition. Okay, it has if else and end if. Okay. Now, else we are opening a HTML table. Okay, we're opening a HTML table. These three dots specifying text align center. Then we are starting a table row. So we begin to create this table. Okay, table. So in this HTML table, what are the HTML table tags? You have created the product item product code likewise earlier. So in this HTML table, the first row is the column titles, task, added, actions. These three fields are forming as table header, TH. So there is a TH, that's the first row of the table, and then there are 3 rows for table data. So there is a table, TR is the first row, TR is the first row, that means a TR tag starts and ends here, and I'm having table header, TH. So task, action, task, added, actions. So task, added, actions. Okay. Then for the data of the rows, we are using a for loop of the template definition language. This same as we are saying for country in countries, for city in country list, like that. So we're starting off a for loop here, and for task in tasks. So in template definition language, this is a for loop. Okay. So what happens here, you don't have to initialize anything. For task means automatically this name, which is an index of the task. Okay. This is a for loop for index in tasks. So whereas tasks was the context. Tasks were the context. Okay. So this is, we check the context here as well. So what is happening here is the HTML is evaluating what was the context. Okay. And here it's evaluating whether there are no rows. Okay. And giving a message that there are no tasks. Create one below. Else it's creating the table. So when it creates a table for task in table in that context, that means when the context has, let's say in this case, 3 rows, right? We have these 3 rows, isn't it? Wake up, exercise, practice, Python labs. So we have 3 records. So that's what we are doing here for task in task. So each time this task will initialize to one row. Okay, each time task will initialize to one row. The first row will be the first row of the to-do list. Okay, first row of the tasks. So for the first row, we are using a HTML to paint or to write the first record, TR. Okay, TR tag is the next row, and inside TD, table data. Okay, table row, table data. Now to fetch the value of a field, we use this double bracket. Now think of this task as the first row. Okay, and inside double flower task dot content, that will be the first column. Okay, task dot date created dot date, that will be the second column, and we have the third column, which is another table data. So each of this is one table data. Okay, to paint one column or to write one column, one field here, table data. Here TD is the third column. href is a link, and A is your A tag is always, we write a hyperlink with this A space href notation. Okay. Inside HTML, when you are writing a hyperlink, here is this link. Okay. when I keep the cursor here, see the bottom of the screen on this side. When I keep the cursor here, see this bottom is going to appear. Do you see that, Srina?
Yes.
So when I keep the cursor here, this is your hyperlink. There are two hyperlinks, delete and update, but the URL in that is shown up here. When I place it on delete, it is showing 127.0.0.1:5000 /delete/1. In the second link for the delete, see /2, and third link /delete/3. So each time the task ID is fetched. Okay, same for the update, you see. So /update/1 for the first row, /update/2 for the second row, update/3 for the third row. So here in the code, the field for the third column, that column 1 is task, column 2 is the date, column 3 is the hyperlink. There are two of those links, hyperlink, which is actions, right? So actions. So we say when you introduce a hyperlink, use this notation. It is a tag, a space href equal to. Anytime you see a tag, it closes like that. Okay, a tag closes like that. The angle bracket finishes here. So it's pointing to a hyperlink. href equal to, normally you would say www dot some google.com for a hyperlink, some a real link website URL. But here what you're doing, yeah, normally it could be some URL, but here what you're doing is a /delete/, you're fetching the column value with the double flower, which is similar to here. So double flower task.id. Now this is coming from where? Task.id. All that is coming from our model. See, we created the to-do model, ID, content, date created. These were columns of our model. Okay, and ID is pointing to an integer with primary key. Okay, integer with primary key, and that is what we are showing up here. So task.id will point to the ID column of every record. Okay, and we are fetching that value with the double flower there. So anytime we're fetching the value, we use this double flower, and then we go into the row.id, task.id. So this task is this task in the for loop for that particular row. So this is first row's content, first row's date created dot date, and first row's task.id. That will be for the first row. And since we are looping through what? Each row. So there is one table row, table data. Okay, so that's your first row. The next record will be there once this for loop is having an end for here. Okay, so for the first record, it writes this field value, wake up at 4 a.m. Date, and these two. The first record is fetched and written. The next record is another row, right? So, and the next record is another row like that. So that's why we are having the table row inside the for loop. Row inside for loop, table data for each column value. Okay, so this loops through for task in task. So many ever records in the tasks collection it'll loop through and write that. So that's what happens here. It loops through the first, the second, and the third. It happens to be 3 records in the database. Okay, so this is your first part of the table forms the first part of the div. Now inside the div, this div class equal to content, the table is there. Okay, now once the table is finishing, yeah, of course the end for, and then the table tag ends here. Okay, but before we end the table tag, okay, we ending the table tag here, the table ends here, we have to write this part of the div. So you see, end table, end if, that means tasks is over here, but then the page has the second section. Like I said, there's a white page, and the first part of it, I decide to write the table, decide to create the table. The second section forms this free text field with the add task button. Okay, so I'm having div class equal to form. This can be any name, but we are saying div class equal to form inside a form tag. We've seen this where we wrote the login HTML. Okay, form username and password like that. So that's same thing. The form HTML tag is there. Form end form slash form. Inside the form tag, action equal to / method is post. So this is a syntax for creating a single text box with a post method. Okay. Input type equal to text. Name is content. ID is content. That's your text for the first field here. Type equal to text. Okay. For a text box. Input type equal to text means a text box. Name is content, and of course ID is internal identifier. And input type equal to submit means it's a button. Input type equal to submit is a button. Value is the value called add a task. What's the label at the face of the button? Okay, so that's this button. So you have a text box, input type of text, and the button input type of submit. What's the value? The value of what text appears on the button is add tasks value, add task. So these two HTML text and button is inside the form tag. So the form is just having one text and one button. Okay, and that div ends here comfortably, and the outermost div is here. So here this div is nested inside the outer div, and the block ends here. The block is ending because we have the body tag, which is to end. HTML body tag is the second block body. Okay, so this is your landing page. Okay, so that creates this. Okay, so is this clear, Sriram?
Yes.
Now for testing this part of the code where there are no tasks, so let me just open a simple notepad and keep these tasks here. Like that. I'm just going to test something. Okay, so I have collected these tasks here just to keep a record, and then I'm going about deleting it. Okay, so when I delete these records, the records disappear, and then the get happens. The delete is so it deletes. So when I delete the last one, there will be no tasks. Okay, see, and then it pops this message. You see, there are no tasks. Create one below. So this came from the very initial part of where if tasks and length, that's a pipe symbol. Okay, pipe symbol. If task length is less than 0, yes, length became less than 0, then this message popped up, H4 style. So there are no tasks to start with. create one below. So now I'm going to create each of them. I wake up at 4 a.m., add task. When I did add task, the post fired, and then that record was committed to the database. And then it fetched the record back in the get, and it is showing inside the table tag there as a first row. You see that? Okay. So next is exercise for 30 minutes. Add task. Okay. Again, a post and a get. Okay. And the third one, add task. Okay. So it just created the 3 tasks again. Notice that everything comes back here, and you can add more tasks. This had some read a newspaper, or let's say buy milk, add tasks. So it can add more tasks. And once this is in the database, it commits. Okay, it's adding to the database, and it is committing. Suppose I want to modify some things. Okay, update. It went to the update page, exercise for 30 minutes. Let's say I'm just saying exercise for 20 minutes, something like that. It fetches the current record and populates the update in the text box. Okay, so this is the update task. Okay, so exercise for 30 minutes came up by default. So let's see that, because here we have another page apart from the landing page. When we click update, it has another page. So there is an update.html. Same logic. When you go to update.html, same logic. Extends what? Extends base.html. Okay, much like the index extends the base, update also extends the base. Extends base.html. Then you have block head and block body. Okay, we have task master. So that means this is the task master. Okay, in the title. Okay, and then the block body has div class equal to content. It's a small div, okay, which contains only this form in that particular page. So in this div, we are having h1 style as update task. Okay, the titling update task here. Okay, and then my inner div for the form, div class form, and form tag action equal to, so action is form and action will go together for what it is showing up. Action equal to slash update slash double flower task dot id. So and method equal to post. So this is the form and that's the action. Okay. So action will corresponds to as soon as the form tag is run, what action is there? So the action corresponds to fetching update for that specific ID, that specific task ID. So here the context is just one value, okay, task.id. So when it is replacing that, it replaces with the specific record ID or task ID I have clicked on. So when you execute this as an action, what the page does is it will fetch that particular ID where the user clicked. That is our context. So here the context is one single record number 2 here where I clicked. So when it is executing that as an action, it will fetch that record and populate it here by default. That's how you saw 30 minutes appear by default. Okay. And now that is fetched, and input type equal to text, name and ID content, all this is same, but the value here task.content is the value of the text box. So this task context is passed, right? So I'm just taking tasks content field, which is our field here, right? Content field out there to fetch and show it as value. Okay, so when we do task.content is when this specific content exercise for 30 minutes appear. Now that is populated here, and you can now change the value of that 30 minutes to 20 minutes. Okay, change the value and I press this update button. I have an update button, submit value equal to update. Okay, inside the same form, there is a submit button. A button means type equal to submit and value is update. So I can click this update now. Okay, so what will happen? The post will fire. The post will fire. So when the post fires, we have coded the post inside app.route. Okay, app.route. Here, not for the index. We have coded this app.route goes /update /int:/id. That means this will look, /update /to method is post. This is my route. Okay, that's what I received from the URL. Maps to the view function def update ID. So it's that ID is passed to this update function. Okay, this is the view. So the route links to the view. Now what we have written there is, now here task for that specific ID is fetched. Okay, start is fetch if request method is post. Now when we click the button here, when we click that update button, okay, before coming here I click that update button, right, on the update page, that will go to request method equal to post. Okay, so in the request method equal to post, what am I doing? Task.content, that specific content I'm changing to what the user content values were. That is request.form square bracket content. Now request.form is anytime the content on the form. Okay, the latest content is what is fetched, and that is going to be my task.content. That at the database we are saying db.session.commit, and then we redirect. So what we have written here, I will showcase once again. When I click here, it came here. Then I changed it to 20 minutes, right? Okay, so suppose I'm changing it to 25 minutes. Okay, something like that. Now at this point, the new value I'm passing is the post. So I click the post, this new value from the form is fetched with this request.form within square bracket content assigned to my task record, task.content. Then we do a db.session.commit. So that saves the object straight to the database. Okay, all we do is inside the try except block, db.session.commit. Now it will do the commit. Okay, it's doing the post, commits it, and redirect it back to the landing page. Return redirect means it's redirecting back to the landing page. At the redirect to the landing page, what happens? A get happens. So when the get happens, now the database is now having my changed the committed record, and it is fetching that along with the other rows in the landing page. So anytime it goes to the landing page, being redirected or directly coming there, it will fetch all the records in the get, and that's what we have coded here. Okay, this part of the get will happen, and the get happens. We're fetching all the rows in the order of the date in which it was created, and we are rendering it in the landing page. So along with all the tasks, the purple task is equal to tasks. Okay, so all my 4 tasks will show up with the latest value. Okay, so this is our to-do list. Okay, is this clear? Now Now that completes the update.html. Okay, so these are the three simple HTMLs. Of course, it is new. I am just doing a walkthrough here. We have index and update and the base. So fairly in this simple to-do list. Okay, we don't have too many files. Okay, 1, 2, 3 HTMLs, one app, one view. Basically, with this a view code. Okay, and the view code contains what? Initialization of the app, the database configuration, the model creation, of course, repr here standing for fetching that specific task ID. Okay, and the view code. The view code where the route is equal to, route is linked to the view function here, Python function for the landing page. It is index. Here is a post, and here is the get. The next update page, view for the update page is the route for the update and the function for the update, which is fetching a specific task record, to-do.query.get of 404. These are all default functions. You don't have to bother. This is a model name.query.get or 404. So that's your task record. And inside the update, we have coded for the post and the get. In the post, we're just setting the latest value to the task record and doing a commit followed by a redirect. In the get, we are just returning the update page with that specific task. So whenever it is going to that page get, it's going to initialize with what's there on the current ID. The current ID I'm fetching. For that, it will populate it on the update page. So this is a get here and the post there. So, and finally, of course, the delete route is having a delete, and then on delete, it's a commit to the session. So, okay, and all together, instead of just having app.run, we, with the current app context, we create the database the first time and then run it. Okay, so we have one single app.py file, which is doing all the view definition, database creation, and so there are only 4 files here. However, yeah, this templates and venv. However, you will also see, let me show you Python project. Normally there is also, okay, these are project files. Normally when you do this database operation, there used to appear a DB file as well, which I'm not seeing right here. No problem. Yeah, these are from an application developer standpoint. Yeah, let me see. Instance. Yeah, instance to do.sqlite 3. Now, you might ask, where is the database? That is this file. This is a file actually. Under instance, we have db to do.sqlite 3. So this is a binary file. You cannot see it right away, but this gets created when we initialize the configuration to the database. So here, this one, to do.sqlite 3 is our database name, to do. Okay. .SQLite 3 is a SQLite database. Okay. Okay. So that's where all the database record is. Okay. Physical file at the physical layer. This is the database record. Okay. It is totally new to you. Okay. Understand, these are the sections of the code. And if you see the frameworks, this part of the lesson, that schematic which I have put there sums up everything. Okay, so this is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, this diagram, yeah, sums up everything. In fact, this, yeah. So here is the schematic of the entire, you can say this is sort of the architecture of the various files. What happens, everything in one slide. Okay, app.py is the main uh, Python file. There's a to-do database, SQLite 3, which from the module standpoint uses the Flask for the application, SQL Alchemy for the database. The post, the get, it starts here. The index.page is doing the get. When you submit a record, it's a post. Same for the update, it's a get, and the modification is sent as a post or a put. So when the form action is here as update, and the form action of the in the post in the earlier page is a single slash. The form action is a delete for this delete link. Okay, and that has these two columns, a delete and an update. Okay, delete, after the delete, earlier there were 4 records, now there are only 3 records. So this is a single schematic. So basically known as the CRUD operation, because we are doing a fetch or a read, and a create for adding a task to the to-do list. So that's the C for the create, and the read standing for the get. Okay, so create, read, update, delete, updating a task and delete a task. That's commonly what you will do for any object. Okay, so the CRUD operation is what you focus on. Okay, Sriram. So this is the hands-on. Now, it will take some time around this. What I would do is I will share this project. Okay. If you want to go about, what you can do is step by step, you can lift the code from here and add. Okay, what I mean to say is you can create the app.py and use the project which I will share. Take this part first, include it, like step by step you can build it. Okay, at your end. Okay, so so that's what I can do right now. Or let's do it that way. I'll share the project. Okay, so I have this here. FLP2. Okay, at FLP2, LP2. Under Flask dev, right? Flask dev, FLP2. So this FLP2 is zipped up here. Okay, and I will share this zip file. I don't know, 13 MB. Yeah, this, you can unzip this and open it up from project. Open, point to that particular file. Okay, so under Flask dev, you can just open that project and it will come readily onto your project. You can create a new project and part by part you can take it from this code. Okay, Sriram. So that's what I will do now. I will share this FLP2 into 13 MB will go through a chat. I'm not sure. Yeah, typically, I don't know whether it will go through a chat. Okay, let me email that to you. Just give me a moment. Okay, so what we are seeing is under Pythonista 0724, there is an flp2.zip file. Okay, now this zip file is uh, uh, a zip of the project. Okay, at the level here. So what you can do is you go into a local folder at your end and extract, download this FLP2 zip file, extract the zip file at your desktop local. It will create this subfolders and come back to Flask and open that project. Okay, so I'll see this extracted zip file. This that extract zip file. It'll extract to this one. If I open, it'll extract to these three. Okay, and this local folder, in my case, InfoSure dev, Flask dev, FLP2. So create a local folder and extract this FLP2 into that local. Okay, now once you do that, or if you just extract to a local, then all you have to do is come and open the project, point to FLP, point to this FLP2. It'll open the project in PyCharm IDE. Okay, this way you will have exactly the same copy of the code of the project which I've shared. Okay, so you can do that. We'll take a short break. Okay, or we can, yeah. Can you share your screen? You would have received my email by now.
I'm trying to see if it will download.
Yeah, pick it up from my email and the link is there. And just download that zip to your desktop. That's your step one. Yeah, from the email, download zip to your desktop, a local desktop.
Yeah, it's right now extracting the files so that it's unzipping it. So.
And you could share your screens so I can see. Yeah, I've stopped sharing. You may please share your screen so I can guide you to. Okay. So just give it a moment. It's extracting. Okay. However, it's extracting in users download. Yeah, create in your create a C dev, something like that. Okay, under Windows C drive, create a dev folder, which just expand there. Yeah, create one folder dev, dev, enter. Yeah. All my development will be in that. Okay, all the projects will be in that. So inside dev, whatever is now extracted, no, you can copy at that level to dev. Now, because it's now extracting to FLP, if you click more details, it is extracting to downloads. Yeah, the destination, see, it's user Sriram downloads FLP. So once that extract finishes, you copy the FLP folder into dev.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, control C from there and paste it into dev. Copy, yeah, copy, put it into dev. No, not directly. Move that FLP2 into dev. Yeah, copy. It's there in the second row. Yeah, pull it into dev. Click on the icon. Yeah, there it went. Okay, now it is an FLP2, right? So the whole structure is there. Now what you do is, open PyCharm. Yeah, click, go to that hamburger menu. Yeah, click open. Click there. Click open there. Yeah. Now point to dev, the first one, C dev, expand. Yeah, click on FLP2. Yes, just say OK. Yeah, take this project. Yeah, this window. It's opening that project. So all of what we just discussed, the templates is there. Click on the templates. Yes, those files are there. Okay. And click on app.py. Not main. Main you don't need here. Click on app.py. Yeah, the entire code is there. Okay. So what you can do is, now I've done the walkthrough, right? So step by step, you can create a new project and, take fragments of the code, which I told, like here's the first part, the initialization, then the database configuration, then the to-do, and then the view code for the index, then the update. Step by step you can create, or now this is there as fully, you can run this project. Okay. Click on that arrow. Wait, edit configuration. No. Interpreter. Okay, now go to the, okay, because the project is now not pointing to a interpreter. Okay, python.exe file. Click on FLP2. Yeah, click that folder. No, don't open anything. In the navigator, we're going to go to settings for project 2. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. So here it's showing no interpreter. Click on the arrow there. Yeah. Point to Flask project there. 312. Yeah. Wait. Just say okay. That should do, I think. So here pip is not yet upgraded. Go back to settings once again. Okay. Click, yeah, double click. Yeah, hold on. Let's let it start. Okay, correct. And then the setup tools, and just here to install the Flask as well.
It's still, I think, loading for a.
Yeah, it's
Um,
installing, which is the first thing to do inside any project. Pip and setup tools have to be always up to date. Only then the other modules can be installed. A good practice would be to, so now after we run this, okay, uh, keep this project and start with another project, add these things, install the packages and keep the setup ready, and go add file app.py, and then come pick the fragment of code from this app.py and put it into your new. That means use create a fresh project based on this as a repository. Okay, like that. Okay, so that exercise would give you some, hands-on in terms of what you create step by step. Step by step, you lift fragments of code, put it here like that. Create the uh, app.py, mm, add the view, add these things, and then go to creating the templates folder, move the base HTML, and then create the index HTML likewise. Yeah, at the bottom also you can see what's going on here. The PyCharm ID would show it at the bottom as well, right? So just give it a moment. There's a first pip installed for the project, so that might be the reason. Okay. Often at the bottom of the editor and IDE, it will show the current status here, reloading generated skeletons, and it's telling what it is doing currently. Okay. The project which I shared is in Python 3.10.7, but yours is in 3.12. So basically it with pip, it's currently doing the latest version to 24.2. Shouldn't take too long. Just double click on that pip record. Okay, it'll come up, it'll come. Yeah. Um, yeah, choose specify version here. Let's see. It's taking too long. I don't know. Just specify version. Yeah, yeah. Then install package. Actually installing. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Just it installed now. Close. Okay. Go to setup. No, there's go back to settings once again. Click the plus. Setup tools. If you set up tools, all lowercase, yeah, set up tools, yeah, same way, correct, install. If both Python, I mean pip and setup tools are not the latest, the rest of the installations could go, uh, not be in sync. So now go to Flask. Yeah, you have to install all this. So Flask, yeah, yeah, correct. Install package, yeah. And Flask SQL Alchemy after this. Okay, Flask SQL Alchemy, Flask hyphen Flask hyphen SQL Alchemy. Yeah, with the no capital F. Yeah, Alchemy. Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. Specify the version. Yeah, yeah. Install. Okay, so we can close that. Click on the close, please. Yes. Yes. So all of this got installed. Click OK. Now it's all set. So just run the green arrow here. Okay, right click. There you are. Okay, so you can operate the to-do list yourself. Now, actually, the background screen, you don't need to, yeah, leave it like that. Though you're seeing task and all that in a specific color scheme, that's coming from a CSS. The CSS in the HTML example, I have the same CSS inside this project. I'll show you where it is. Go back to your PyCharm. Yeah. Under static, you see FLP static. No, that was good. Yeah. There is static. Yeah. Open that. Click on the arrow. Yeah. Click on that. Yes. Yeah. Click on the arrow before the folder icon.
I did. I think it's lagging or it's taking a bit of time.
Uh,
For some reason.
Yes. So styles.css, click on that or double click on that. Yeah, here. This CSS is already there. Okay. This we built for, the background color, a specific linear gradient, which I copied from that webgradients.com. All that is already there. The font size, the color. When we see for the dot content, you're seeing dot content and it has got a certain width. Okay, this dot content is the div, the table TDTH is having a 1 pixel solid black. We learned all these things. So this CSS is what is building the format of the screen. Okay. So go back. So this is only other file which I didn't talk about. So styles.css, where you will see this is click on base HTML on that tab, following two tabs there on the screen. From this, you have main and base.html, no? Could you click on the base.html tab's title there? Yes, yes. Click on that. Yeah. No, click on the base tab. Yeah, right on the file. Yeah. So here you'll see that link. If you could zoom out a bit, please. Yeah, press the control key and slightly zoom out to see, or I can, okay, I got it zoomed here. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. So here, you are having the links to the style sheet. So this is pointing to Bootstrap 5.13, though the latest Bootstrap is there. You can probably copy the latest, I think could be 5.23 or something like that. Then the link tag is pointing to the styles.css. So I'm using a local style sheet. So that will go with this format, okay, where href is within double quote, within double flower brackets, URL for static, comma, file name is equal to styles.css. So whenever you use a local style sheet, you'll have to include this link tag with the corresponding file name. Rest of it is the same, like a static, indicating that this is a static folder. In your PyCharm, if you see, there is a static folder under FLP, right? So that means that under that static folder, the styles.css is located. Okay. So yeah, I'll share the screen. Yeah, you have your screen there. Are you seeing that? On your project navigator, under FLP, there is a static folder you have to create, and under that only styles.css is there. So then that's what it is in this code. So URL for takes the first parameter of that static, comma, and the name of the file is styles.css. This line is there in the base HTML. So when it is in the base HTML, this is also inherited on all other HTMLs, that is the index HTML and the update HTML. Index and the update. Okay. So are you able to get the hang of this? You are running the project at your end. Yeah, go to your the browser where it is running the project. Yeah, click on the browser. No, styles is okay. I'm done there. In your to-do list on the where the application is running, go to that page. Yeah, I'm seeing the ID still. Let go to the browser tab. Open the Chrome browser where it is. Yeah, here. Just zoom back a bit. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can add a task. Just try adding a task. What is there? Yeah, read a book. Yeah, that's okay. Read a book. Yeah, read a book. Add task. Yeah. So this. Yeah. So it's just added there. Okay. Now you could delete and you could keep track of these tasks or you add your own task. Okay. Click on yeah, update on the second record, exercise for 30 minutes. So yeah, it opened the update page. You can see the URL change. Yeah, 35 minutes. Click on update. Yeah, there it went. Okay, it changed that record. So quite nicely, this is working. Okay, you can delete one task. Um, yeah, there it is. So this to-do list is what we created. Now, yeah, so you can try it as a practice exercise, referring this project, but make sure you create something new for the same to-do list step by step. At that time, you can uh, you can take the fragments of code from the FLP project 2, okay, which I just shared. So come back to the navigator here. I mean, in the PyCharm ID, yeah. Could you please come back to the navigator? Okay. So what I mean to say is, uh, here if you click on the arrow before FLP2, it's currently pointing to, yeah, the folder. Before the folder icon, there's an arrow, right? So that's, yeah, click on that arrow. Yeah. So it's one project now. Uh, yeah, click back that once again. Yeah, at this level, go click on the hamburger icon to create a new project like that. Okay, so it's going to ask you, wait. It's pointing to users PyCharm project as a location. You could locate to cdev FLP like that. Locate to cdev. You can type uh, c colon dev. It needs the c colon. Yeah. Hold on, C colon, just go to that level. Don't type the dev. Before the dev, there's a slash actually. Go to locate C, just colon, just C colon. Yeah, there it is. Pick that dev. Yeah, pick that. So, and click OK. Yeah, so that's where the new project will get created. The name, you could give another name. Okay. Now, then on, you can start by creating each app.py and, you can take the first part till line 3 or line 4 for the flash, then line 6 to 8 like that. Okay, you get what I'm saying, right? So name this project like FLP 3 or something like that. Okay, yeah, yeah. So, and click create. Yeah, click create. Yeah, this window. Yeah. So the moment you see this window, the other, wait. App is running, terminate that. Yeah, you can stop that. And then you have to go install the Flask, all that once again. Okay, because it's a fresh project, it'll require you to install the pip, it'll require you to install like that. Now, if you did not create this window, okay, I think in this case we should have done like that. If you did not, now we can also, no, hold on. Now we can open the other itself. Uh, Go to, now let keep this one and then say file open the from the hamburger menu, from the file menu, yeah, file open, yes, go to dev and click on FLP2, yes, say okay. I think here, new window, no, this window, try, it might switch, let's see. Okay, it switched back, right? I think the other option could be chosen. Anyway, new window could, just check, open. Okay, you already opened here. Click on FLP3 recent projects under recent, yeah. Try the new window. So that way, two projects can be seen. I don't know, it's okay. You can do this way also, okay, but it will show multiple projects there. Each project okay, this is also fine. So you can take the first to line 4 likewise. So I'll let you build it. Don't take it from line 1 to 4 first, likewise, okay? Yeah, and then line 6 to 8, then create the likewise. So what we'll do is you can do it at your end, okay? And like a hands-on, okay? Because it takes some amount of hands-on, so you can practice that, okay? And then we will you get to run the project and all that, okay? Because here you have to install pip and set up tools again. So yeah, do it step by step as hands-on at your end, and if you have any issues, we will look at it, because you have the reference code, okay? Now you can go step by step. First step is to create the app, then go to create the templates folder and create the base. Yeah, go to this FLP2. I'll just yeah, you go to FLP2. Yeah, here static and templates folders have to be created, and then um, yeah, these two folders have to be created manually, okay? Then you go to base.html, index.html, like that, okay? So create one step by step like that. Then come to the static. You can even take the CSS directly, drag and drop, okay? And then at that point you're good to run, okay? So it takes some, I leave you with some guidance, right? You definitely know, first install the packages, then come here, create the fragments of code step by step, and then that will give you a fresh creation of a project, but keeping the FLP2 as a reference, okay? Okay, Sriram. So what we'll do is you can do that at your end. We will wrap the session here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You're clear with what to do, right? So you can do that offline. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can take step by step. So build the model, build the view, build the HTML, drag and drop the CSS, and then run the app to open to see. Okay. So that will give you an idea of what we just discussed, and you, of course, development is need requiring some hands-on, so you can try at your end, okay? And save this project to see if you have some issues anywhere. I will guide you, okay? So next session we will pick it up from, so you can try this offline, okay? And the next class we will go into Yeah, let me share the screen. Just give me a moment. Yeah, you can stop sharing. One moment. Okay, so we have come through till this point, create a to-do app. Okay, so that's where we are at. In the next session, we will start with automation. Okay, automation, a web scraping, image recognition, and then the various testing tools. Okay, so namely Selenium, robot test framework, and so on. Okay, so that will be our coverage next week. Okay, so then following that, Git, the version control system for branching, merging, Git and GitHub. Okay, this an introduction for DevOps and the Sonar Cloud. So those are the two lessons which are following, will be covered in the following weeks. Okay. And did you have any questions, Sriram? Are you PyCharm IDE? It takes a learning curve. Okay, so just step by step, you get stuck anywhere, you can use the reference project. So then in the following class, we will take up we'll start with automation. Of course, you have any difficulty where you faced with this PyCharm to-do list, we will pick it up from there in the first part of the session. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, but continue in your spare time to complete the project. It will take some time at your end. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, we will meet in the next week. Okay. We'll wrap the session here. Okay, Sriram.
Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah. Have a good day. Yeah. Enjoy
You
your
too
rest of
have a
the
good
day.
day.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.